Good morning, Woodglen School. Today is Wednesday, April 29th. Why don't you join me, along with Hannah, Kayla Ionasi, and a special friend to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A talking dog. First it was chickens, now it's dogs. What's next? Who knows? So one of the things that I like to do during quarantine is read. I hope you guys are reading too. I know not everybody loves to read, but I think when you find the right book, you really will enjoy it. So today, I thought I would write you a story. My apologies to Dr. Seuss, one of my favorite authors, but I borrowed one of his books for my inspiration. So, without further ado, here is Quarantine and Mrs. Bean, which sounds a lot like green eggs and ham. Quarantine and Mrs. Bean. That quarantine, I do not like you, Quarantine. Do you miss Mrs. Bean? I really do miss Mrs. Bean. It's all your fault, dumb Quarantine. Do you even wash your hair? Of course I always wash my hair. I even blow it dry with air. I do not like you, Quarantine. I find you ugly and unclean. You know you're stuck inside your house with your mother and her spouse. I'm sick of being in the house. I'm sick of wearing the same old blouse. I want to always clean my hair and dry it every day with air. I really do miss Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. Your name is something quite obscene. Do you even need your clocks? Do you ever wash your socks? Of course I always use the clocks, but I rarely change my socks. I'm sick of being in the house. I'm sick of wearing the same old blouse. I always want to wash my hair. I dry it all the time with air. I do miss Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. Seems like we're on day 119. Are you sad you can't go far? Your social life is quite subpar. I know I cannot go afar. My house front door is not ajar. I regularly use my clocks, although I do wear dirty socks. I'm tired of being in the house, and look at this dreadful blouse. I wash my hair with utmost care. I wash it, then I dry with air. I really miss you, Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. I'd send you to the guillotine. You might like me if you tried. So sit back, enjoy the ride. I do not even want to try. You really make me have to cry. Because of you I can't go far. I can't ride in a bus or car. I'm always looking at my clocks, and man, I really smell these socks. I'm done with being in the house. I've got to find another blouse. It's time to cut my frizzy hair and stop having to blow with air. I really miss that, Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. Why don't you jump in a ravine? The rain, the rain, the rain, the rain. Do you enjoy the daily rain? I have disdain for all the rain. I really find it quite a pain. I do not want to try to like this quarantine. I'd rather strike. I know that I cannot go far and swim or fish in a reservoir. Time moves so slowly on my clocks. I now have holes in all my socks. I'm always stuck inside my house with nothing to wear but this blouse. I'm sick of all this growing hair. Mr. Rubright has none. It isn't fair. I really, really miss Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. Why can't they give me a vaccine? Say, how about the park? Too bad you can't play in the park. I know I can't go to the park. That makes my mood quite bad and dark. I'm sick and tired of all the rain. To my existence it's the bane. I will not ever, ever like a quarantine that's so warlike. You keep me from going near or far. You're the opposite of a superstar. I watch and watch and watch the clock, and now I'm wearing just one sock. There's nothing to do in my house except watch shows with Mickey Mouse. I really need to cut my hair. Right now there's plenty of it to spare. I wish I could see Mrs. Bean. I do not like you, Quarantine. I'd rather have a busted spleen. You do not like the quarantine? I'd rather bathe in gasoline. You do not like it, so you say. Too bad you've got it anyway. It keeps you safe, do not dismay. I know it keeps you safe today. Though I can't wait till it goes away. Do you know what I will do that day? I will run around the park, and I will stay outside till dark. The rain it will not make me pout, because the bright sun will be out. What I will like, you will see, the end of quarantine. Whoopee! When this is done, I will go far. I'll go wherever my friends are. I will not have to watch the clocks. I'll run barefoot without my socks. Outside the house I'll finally be. I'll celebrate. I've been set free. And oh, that pesky, pesky hair will look so good they all will stare. I'll finally get to see Miss Bean. No thanks to you, you quarantine. You're over now. The world is clean. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.